out.
Brad probably said, "Yeah, give me some."
My first time there, I couldn't get a hold of anybody, but I knew the address. I knew where the address was. I was like, okay, cool. I go check it out. I knock, nobody answered, but the door's open, and so I go in, and I'm like, okay, well, it looks like it's just like a regular house and everything. So, but I had to take a shit. So I was like, well, if this, I really hope this is the house because I really gotta go use the bathroom. So I'm in there, I'm taking a shit. In the middle of it, the door just opens, and I'm like, okay, hello, and he still don't say anything. I'm like, hello, but like the door keeps opening. I'm like, Lord, please don't let this be.
Don't let it be Davy Crockett.
Please don't let this be. Because right at this point, if they killed me right now, it would be no story that would make it look like I was in the right.
Comedian killed by Daniel Goon, film at 11.
Oh, dude, then the dude kind of yells, he's like, you a comedian? I was like, yeah, I'm a comedian, it's cool. I go out, just like the dude, he doesn't, I always kind of gauge a situation by if I could take the person. Like if I know,
yes.
Like if I know, like if I see somebody like one-on-one, I'm like, okay, you probably wouldn't, you can fuck me up. Like you could probably, you know.
Joey Diaz has a great joke about that. He goes, you ever owe so much money to your bookie? You're walking down the street, you see another Asian guy walking down the street, and you think, does this guy know Kung Fu?
I haven't seen him in forever either.
But, so I'm like, okay, I'm looking at the guy, I'm like, okay, well, if some shit goes down, I can fight my way out.
While you're shitting, you're thinking this?
Yeah, pretty much. Because at that point, I was like, I hope you don't charge the, I mean, at least let me get my pants up. Because if you kill me and my pants are down, it's really gonna look bad, I'm telling you right now. So the guy says, nah, man, I'm
the picture, the police picture, that you laying with your pants.
Toilet paper hanging out of his ass. So wait, the guy's talking to you and you're shitting.
Yes.
You're looking at each other and you're shitting. He's having a conversation.
Dude, and I'm like, I'm trying to like, I'm like, maybe I can, if this guy is crazy, I can make him think that I'm still a cool guy because I'm talking to him while I'm taking shit.
Yeah, but how do you answer his questions, man? If he's like, what time's the show starting? You're going to be like, it starts at about 8:30.
I'm like, part of me is like, I really hope this is the comics bathroom because
you guys talking about the man house and
yeah.
But no, check this out. So I say, nah, man, I'm a comic, so I get cleaned up and come out. And I say, yeah, man, I'm a comedian, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, well, you know, I actually helped kind of build the jail around here. And I was like, oh, cool. All right, in my head, I'm thinking, oh, he must be a solid citizen. And then he's like, yeah, but ever since 6 months ago, they've been trying to put me in it. And I'm like, oh, okay, thanks.
While you're shitting, son.
No, I'm ironing it at this point.
Oh, okay.
I do. At that point, I was like, nah, you know what? I'm not gonna stay here. I'm gonna go and that was always fucked up about this because it's a Holiday Inn.
I've actually
right next to
right there. Holiday Inn instead
I
of
did
staying
too.
at the band house.
Like I was talking about, me and Dugar were down there. When we got in the band house, there was a condom stuck to the wall. All right, and then we start to look. We look at the couch. And we look down at the vent right down there. There's cigarette butts all over the floor. And you look down at the vent. There was like 3 condoms down in the vent. And we're looking for a place to sit. And I swear to God, me and Dugar end up sitting just like this on a coffee table about that side. And he looks at me and he nods his head. And I'm like, why are you nodding? And I said, hotel room. He goes, you're goddamn Skippy. And we went over there, and they didn't offer us no $30 for a hotel room. That sucked. I would have gladly taken it, because I had to come back and explain to my wife at the time. This must have been like 97 or 98.
Well, we had a good story. Like, there's a guy who's in the house, says he just got out of prison, and he's really into cutlery, and he wants to show us. He wants to show us his knives when we come back later.
But I'm saying the worst.
You ever seen a severed finger?
The worst, because it's Fox's room. The fucking, was it Crazy Moose? Over in Yakima?
Pasco.
Let me, Pasco. Let me tell you. Alright.
Hi.
Now,
Have a seat.
first of all, I didn't know, first of all, the gig wasn't a great gig. So I was like, at least I hope the hotel's decent. But it wasn't, you know, it's not hotels. It's like office buildings, right? That have been, like, but they're one level. So like, honestly, like where the mirror is, Tehran would be where the street is. Like, so you'd be that close to the actual walk, like you'd be leaning up against your window smoking cigarettes, looking in at you and shit, like, hey, you know, like no privacy at all, right? And so I was already pissed off about that. I go in the bathroom, and you know, in the shower they have like the 2 bottles, and they have shampoo and conditioner. But it was actually written on the bottles, handwritten, shampoo and conditioner, like in clear bottles. Like they wrote shampoo and conditioner.
It wasn't even generic shampoo and conditioner. It was
Like somebody just
You know
said
what?
there.
I stayed there and I used that shit.
By the way, I just like to say you had the perfect opportunity to mention me, but no, you picked that guy there to say, oh, it's Mr. Ron in the mirror, not Dan. No mention of Dan. No,
Right by the
no.
mirror. It actually looked exactly like how it would be people walking by the street. That's exactly how it was. So I was already pissed off about that. The TV they had there was this old ass TV set, but it had like cable, so it had like 300 channels. And so I was so pissed off at John for booking me the gig. I was like, man, fuck that. I'm gonna order some porn, and I was gonna
And stick it to them.
Right. So I ordered. And this is why to this day I do not order porn in hotels. I just bring my own shit. I just
Suitcase of DVD.
That's good. I'll tell you, Yoshi hooks it up. So I set it on play. I'm comfortable. I'm ready. You know, to enjoy the movie. And the volume won't go down. the volume won't go down on the TV, right? And so I'm thinking, okay, maybe I can kind of play it off. And like it's the loudest, most banging, like screeches, like, oh! And I'm trying to like still, but the walls are so fucking thin that I know these people hear exactly what. I want you to know what kind of porn I'm listening to. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that to be information.
That's when you see it the next morning at the Continental Breakfast, you look at them and just like, yeah, that's right.
But that was my worst. That was my worst actual hotel story. Well, yeah. I won't even.
Mine was in the early 80s in downtown Los Angeles. This guy, the Oriental dude, yeah, come on down into my club, I pay you $150. You'll have a good time, you'll come into the club. So I came into the club and I said, well, what about a room? You know, because at the time, I was getting like $5, $10 for gas money just to go around to the different clubs down there in Los Angeles. And I thought this was great, he's going to pay me a room, right? Give me a room too. And he goes, oh, no problem, we got a place for your stay. So you go back behind the stage, there's this army car with a blanket. And the room's like about the size of a closet. It's got this little tiny TV with the...
Is that the Laugh Factory?
Yeah, it is the Laugh Factory.
It's like, now you know what
I wasn't going to say it, man. I wasn't going to say the name.
Laugh Factory. They're cheap bastards.
It was the Laugh Factory. It really was. And he goes, by the time you go on, you'll bring 5 more friends, and you get a free drink.
So a bringer one.
But yeah, it had tinfoil on the TV, actual tinfoil, and it wasn't... It looked like it had been used, man. It looked like there was some food and shit hanging out of it. One of the comic just got some takeout and said, fuck, I'm getting some reception. But it was an army.